Hello friends and welcome to the rubber match between Derxu and Lunix in the Aria Randomizer 2022 tournament. I'm Smile, and alongside me on commentary today is Halgorithm. Hello.
Hey everybody, this is my first time commentating a match, so please be kind, but we should have a pretty interesting match today. The match between Derxu and Lunix, their first two of their best of three they played yesterday, and I believe Derxu won the first one and Lunix won the second.
I think it was the other way around, but yeah.
Oh, it was the other way around, okay.
But they were very good games, very close.
They were, yeah, I was watching and they were very close, so it should be another really interesting race this time.
Yeah, like near simultaneous chaos fights, both games.
Yep. Very, very clutch endings. Both runners know what they're doing, so should see some interesting tricks.
And some awful book locations, so maybe we'll get some better ones this time.
Yeah, I rolled the seed this time, so hopefully it was a lucky seed. And they won't have experienced too much pain with the book locations and the upgrades.
Alright, I'm about to get them going. Gonna guess we're gonna have Soma as Derxu's file name versus Lunix1006.
Yeah.
Choice of file name is very important. It affects,
of course,
nothing of relevance, but
I mean, it's definitely some type of RNG manipulation, for sure.
Yeah, we'll see it come into play on Chaos 2 especially.
A lot of people don't know that the file name is actually checked for whether or not Chaos gives you good kind patterns, so. Alright, looks like we're starting off now.
Yeah, so we've got Shop Sanity. Hammer's gonna sell 10 items, half of them will be souls. Giant Skeleton and Shadow Knight are great souls. Killer Mantle for some experience as well.
Derxu not buying anything, it looks like. And Lunix either. I'm surprised neither of them bought the Whip Sword.
Maybe not enough of an upgrade for them to be worth it. And the Tall Hammer is kind of awkward.
Yeah, the Tall Hammer was like 60,000, so a bit expensive at this point. But it could be useful for Chaos 1 and some bosses.
Your starting Red Soul is also randomized. You get Winged Skeleton in the vanilla game, but we've got Fish Head to start here.
Okay, Bomber Armor. And an Ability Soul on top, it looks like.
Yeah, it's Kicker Skeleton.
Nice.
There is a flag in the randomizer that will let you kick when you only have a single jump, but we don't have it on for this tournament. I've played around with it a little bit, and it's kind of fun.
Yeah, I think it's an interesting setting. I wouldn't mind if it makes an appearance in future tournament settings, but it's technically not vanilla. If you were to... Vanilla, if you get the kicker somehow before getting Malphus, you can't actually use it.
Looks like Derxu did buy Giant Skeleton and Shadow Knight.
Oh, he
was
did.
Just waiting for them to equip them.
Just shop so fast I didn't see it. Yeah, it does save a little time to wait to equip them in case you find Panther, then you can equip all your souls and gear in one menu rather than two.
And we've got to go all the way to the last check for Panther this time. These seeds are Panther first, so it's going to be guaranteed to be one of the first progression items you get, but there are 6 of those items, and it's in the last possible one. But here we go, we're finally moving.
Yep. Full speed unlocked. Just making their way up to get the several checks in the castle quarter up here. Hopefully they get Malphus early. You don't really want to... Hopefully the seed that I rolled before them is not one where Malphus is in chaotic or something. Is this it right here?
Derxu, they're both doing pretty well with that stairs climb. Got Malphus.
Yeah, I could see that they were doing the tech where you can jump onto the corner of a platform to rise more quickly. To climb the stairs really quickly. Nice, so Imp Soul. It's not very useful, but it could be a required blue. Using Beam Skeleton to hit the other canister through the wall and get it out of logic. Undine already, nice. It could be quite helpful if either runner decides to do the waterfall climb later, which we have seen people do in the tournament. Very swag tech there.
Yeah, the guy who came up with that must be pretty cool.
I know, right? And handsome too, I bet.
Alright, heading into... Sorry.
Oh, go ahead. No. Yeah, heading into Chapel is a very good area to find early. Not very many strong enemies, lots of checks. Pretty kind so far overall.
Yeah, for now abandoning the last couple items in Castle Corridor, but we finally get to see, yeah, this is an area randomizer. And Chapel is a pretty friendly area to get into. They'll be able to do everything in here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any checks they can't reach. If they weren't playing with Panther, they wouldn't be able to get some of them, but because they have Panther there, can flip over some corners with their double jump and get everything. Which we'll see later on after the Manticore fight.
Looks like Lunix got a copy of Shadow Knight anyway, despite not buying it earlier.
Oh, nice. Very, very convenient. Good timing, too, with the Manticore fight coming up. Random yellow. Iron Golem. That is an excellent random yellow to find. That's like pretty much what you want to have equipped. I mean, it's a dangerous yellow to have equipped because you take more hits from things because you have no iframes, but you move through the castle so much faster overall with it equipped. So
yeah, once you get a piece of great armor, well, not great armor itself, but then you'll be moving through the castle pretty quickly, not taking much damage.
Looks like Derxu already equipped it, so he must be feeling confident in his movement abilities.
At the same time as you defeat Manticore, you can kind of squeak your way up to the top of this room here, but it's just a katana waiting for them this time.
It's better than a knife that he was using, but not by much. It's pretty low tier weapon. It doesn't have any multi-hit properties like the other katanas, so you can't really get super high damage.
Yeah, I believe Lunix is sticking with the broadsword that they both picked up.
Graham, though, that is a very, very nice find early. It's got a higher attack speed than usual for the swords, and it does pretty good damage. It's definitely a solid mid-high tier, I'd say. So that'll serve him well for a while.
And they're both going to warp back and do these early Castle Corridor checks without seeing the entrance out of Chapel. They both did this in the other races, too. I think it's interesting.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. It's surprising how often this check and the one above hammer can be that the randomizer can place something there that's important. Like Hippogriff could be here, and you definitely don't want to miss that. But this time it looks like there's nothing interesting. No
Hippogriff above hammer this time.
Lunix does take the Cestus, unlike Derxu, probably to sell it for everybody will buy with it. The arena, okay. This is kind of a scary... I imagine he's probably going to just grab the warp and then leave so he can come back here later. Because right now... Oh, really? He's going to actually go in? Wow, I would not have expected that. I mean, it could pay off for sure. There are checks here, and I think they tend to be weighted pretty highly. But he really does not have great defense right now. And he's got Iron Gauntlet equipped, so he's really got to be careful making his way through this room.
It kind of depends. Like, Arena doesn't really expect you to have much progression for a lot of these. But, like, for instance, Worst Room, you need Slide. And for the top checks, it's expecting you to have Flight. But once again, we can just kind of squeak Soma's toes over the edge there to get up here.
Skull Million could be the required red. That suit could be Olrox's suit, but there's no way to know. Could be Blitch Black suit too, but probably not worth going to pick up. Osafune.
I like Osafune.
Yep. Yep, I'm just going to say we're probably going to see him equip that. Really, really big range and pretty good damage too. Both runners doing quite good movement through the arena. They're not really taking... Oh, Derxu's got to be careful here. He's one hit away from death with 3 lubricants, I think that is. But looks like he's taking care of them. That could have gone much worse. But thankfully he was able to stack them up on top of each other so he could hit them all together.
There's that one just waiting on screen.
Just trying to keep it out of aggro range. I didn't see what the item was, but I guess it wasn't anything interesting.
Yeah,
Not going to
legs.
heal. Wow. Okay. Uses a high potion to set the save point.
Wait, did he get something
I
that
don't
lets
think
him
he
do
has.
this room?
I think he
Nah.
just forgot. Yeah. Oh,
It's great armor
Just
at the end of the
forgot.
area.
interesting that both runners decided to go so deep into arena. I would not have done it myself, but I guess they're just better players than I am.
Looks like they got a little lucky with the draw on the boss here as well, and I think they
for
might
sure.
both be skipping the Dance Dance Revolution reference for now.
Okay. Yeah, that room is very slow if you don't have Bat to just skip it at the end. Oh, nope, Derxu is going to do it, it looks like. So we'll get to see what this check is, and whether it was one that Lunix should have not skipped, or if it's just trash.
I guess Lunix had not seen the item past the giant skeleton yet, despite being up here a second ago. Oh.
Yeah, I guess I did it in a different order. Oh, he's not going to take the Osafune. All right. I guess it does take some time to get back down, and that is technically time you could save by just resetting out. Yellow
This
soul
could
at
be
the end.
Skoola.
Oh my! DDR actually paying off. That could be a big difference maker.
So Sama's not a very good swimmer, but Derxu can walk underwater now.
Yeah, that could open up a lot for Derxu that Lunix does not have access to right now. He can explore the entirety of Reservoir, assuming he can survive, and do all the checks there.
Lunix is
Lunix
choosing to
cannot.
go back into Chapel and see what the door out from the bottom is.
So heading back to Chapel Quarter. Inner Quarters. Okay. Either player has Galamoth right now, or Chronomage. Or was Chronomage in the shop? I forget.
I don't think it was. I don't remember.
It wasn't. Okay.
That was our second copy of School.
Oh, nice.
It's not very well liked to check that item leading up to Dance Hall because it's such a far door to get to as well. But that may mean Lunix doesn't have Skoola for a little while.
It is. I think it's technically good news for Lunix because it's closer to check, at least I think, than going all the way to the arena and doing DDR to find it. But
Oh yeah, that is much
kind of
more
an awkward spot
accessible.
for it. Yeah. Still
And-
awkward though.
And Death is here as the boss of Inner Quarters.
Yep, making good use of Shadow Knight, one of the best blue souls. Just really a great damage soul in general. Makes Death Fight pretty fun in my opinion.
Looks like it was able to get rid of a bunch of those mini sites for him as well.
Yep, surprisingly useful. Ducking under this, I don't think, yeah, you can't duck under that attack. It's a little too low.
Yeah, you get
Ran out
hit.
of MP, but did do a lot of damage with the Shadow Knight, so Death should be going down pretty quick here.
This is kind of a nice pattern.
So
Oh, now
Derxu's
he's too
chosen
high.
Derxu's chosen to do steady. So steady is a good area. It has a lot of checks, but it is a little awkward because at the bottom of it there's a one tile gap that you need slide or bat to fit through, or else you have to go all the way back up.
Yeah.
And Derxu does not appear to have either of those right now. It's possible that he finds them here at the bottom, but
Just a potion over there. There is no warp out
Potion.
of study, but there is out of Inner Quarters.
did you see what the reward for death was, by the way? So I'm looking.
Well, it's Inner Quarters, so there is nothing immediately
Oh, right,
behind
right,
it.
right. Yeah, I'm just doing the Storm Tower now.
Oh, you mean the soul? Sorry, I didn't see the soul.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't look like Slide is... Unless Slide is behind the boss, then Derxu's gonna have to head back up out of steady. Oh, Lunix finds Iron Golem as well. From a canister instead of a random drop, but that's still quite a nice find.
Seed really wants him to have it, and Derxu finds Headhunter at the bottom of study. Still not having to deal with like the worst of the boss rando.
Yep. Yeah, this is a pretty good boss order for their low level, I would say. Fights are challenging, but not overly so, and not too dangerous. You probably won't die. Is that a Soul Eater ring?
That is a Soul Eater ring.
Wow, okay. That is potentially a great find if one of the souls that's required for Graham needs to be farmed from an enemy. Could speed that up significantly.
Gonna put it on right now. Yep.
Yeah. Also not a bad idea just to have equipped as you're going through the castle just for random soul drops that might be useful. Random Manticore, random attacker. Look, there's one right there.
Random Gargoyle.
Getting a little close on HP with that Headhunter fight for Derxu, but pulls through. It's a duplicate soul and a coin. So yeah, he has to... Yeah, he's going to soft reset out. Interesting. So that means that his shop will not be upgraded because he didn't actually save after killing the Headhunter boss, but it did save him a lot of time coming back through study, I guess. He either didn't find anything valuable there, or if he did, he can remember what was there and return later.
Yeah, it's kind of the risk he's running, because he ran into trouble with that in the second race, but managed to salvage it in the end.
Yep. I believe it was Peeping Eye in Forbidden Area that he found, but reset out and forgot it was there, so...
Just got a haircut from the Allura Une and then decides to bail out and see what this entrance is instead.
Probably a wise choice. Oh, let's head back in. I don't think that would be a very useful shortcut.
That's the top floor door, that's not
yeah.
super convenient. And Lunix finds the dead end of top floor. So nothing in left side quarters exit that we can use right now.
They'll saying rare ring my beloved in chat. Did somebody get a rare ring and I didn't see? If so, they should definitely equip that. The rare ring strat is real.
Without Skula, Lunix can't go any further into Clock Tower, so he's gotta leave.
Yeah, not having that Skula is definitely putting him behind as far as progression right now. He is heading to the right, so he might do that check and find it.
Oh, what is this? It's Slide.
Skeleton. Okay, so there's a slide. Yeah, he's probably going to keep that rather than resetting out. Nice. So Lunix does find. There's a way to hit this through the wall with what he has, but it's quite difficult. Okay. Yep, so now they're more tied up. Lunix has Skula, and now he can actually progress the Clock Tower.
Derxu may want to go get that slide again. He's not going to do it right now, though.
Just in case you forgot where the breakable walls are.
Alright, Derxu is going to finish out Castle Corridor. That's just a Mach Punch.
We'll see what these checks are. Galamoth, okay. So that's good to find. We already know where the inner quarters left side entrance is. Galamoth is usually weighted to be a pretty important check, so it may make sense to go there sooner than later, in case it's a book or something along that line.
Yeah, I don't think Derxu saw the inner quarters door yet, but if he holds on to this, it'll be very valuable when he does find it. Does find Reservoir, though, which we hadn't seen at all yet.
Yep, and because he has Skula, he can immediately come down here and do these checks.
Don't want the army jacket.
I think that's I think that's the worst of the... It's either War Fatigues or Army Jacket is the worst of the army-themed.
There's a soldier uniform.
Speaking of army uniforms.
Yeah, I believe the War Fatigues are the worst, and then the army jacket is the middle one, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I always forget. I just remember that soldier uniform is the best one. Looks like we have a vanilla transition into Underground Cemetery. Hopefully that does not also mean Vanilla Legion, because they... Well, they do have Shadow Knight. They could make it work, but a little bit underleveled and undergeared for a Legion fight right now. Okay,
Oh
Legion.
no!
Yeah, okay, Derxu's gonna reset out.
So he did save this time, so he's gonna hold on to his Galamoth at least.
Right, and he's gonna be able to keep exploring Reservoir, thankfully. Probably a good idea to save there. Lunix now doing the Headhunter fight. Lunix also does not have Slider Bat, so he also cannot exit Study from the bottom. But we'll see whether he chooses to actually keep the Headhunter progress or reset out like Derxu did.
It's a pretty huge level difference right now, which is mostly due to the bosses that Lunix has finished out. That's Giant Bat.
Okay. That is Flight. And a slide replacement, so that's excellent find for Derxu. Does he have... Yeah, he's high enough level... Oh, no, he's not high enough level to actually fly to the top of the waterfall. He can do the waterfall climb, and then, like, to get partway up, and then fly the rest of the distance.
Your MP is level-based, you need about 110 to get to the top of the waterfall room.
Gravekeeper, that's a nice find. Not currently useful, really, but if they find a heavy weapon, that'll be great. For mobility while attacking.
Once again, Lunix has to walk all the way back out.
Yep. Sad. Derxu choosing to leave for now.
Just need a heal.
Yeah, I think that was wise.
Uh-oh.
Oh, speaking of heal, Lunix, what are you doing? Lunix, do something.
So you got a couple options when that happens. One is to sleep out of the room, or two, if you can make it back to the door, you can do that door transition.
That'll stop the health drain. Seemed like he kind of didn't know what to do. Wasn't expecting to get... It looks like he's okay. He had healing. Here. Derxu fell down. Guess he's going to take the opportunity to go to the left instead. There are still checks that he can get over to the left side here.
Not completely sure why he didn't just fly there, but...
Yeah, he had maybe he thought he needed to save the MP for the waterfall, but... Oh! Derxu taking a death. When was the last time he saved? Was it in Cemetery?
Yeah.
Ooh.
So this isn't going to be too much of a loss, because he knows where to get Bat, and he actually didn't get that far past it.
Yeah, he did have to go back to heal. Not sure if he'll try to do that again, or just forego that. Yeah, not a great, not the worst death, but obviously you never want to try to minimize deaths, because they are a time loss for sure.
Lunix sure likes opening that box of Rippers. I think I've seen him do it in all 3 races of this set.
I think it does pay off. He's got the Soul Eater ring equipped, and it is a surprisingly high drop rate. For those not aware what Derxu is doing here, he's actually... Oh, well, he died, but the way he was moving, he was trying to avoid getting the devil to spawn, the Archdemon to spawn, so that he could safely get to the elevator, but got intercepted by a Medusa head and died. So
Yeah, there is kind of a quick setup on that side, just having a little trouble getting it to work.
Yeah, it's harder than it looks. You have to go fast and land perfectly on the edge.
Yeah, I'm a believer in just taking the left side of that room.
Yeah, it's fair. It's definitely a risk versus reward type of play. Looks like Derxu's taking your advice this time.
Well...
It's not bad, but...
Okay, he is gonna just fly now.
It is sometimes, at least in my experience, when finding progression upgrades, I sometimes forget I have them. Like if I find bat and then I'm so used to just double jumping around, I forget that I actually have bat as an option. That could be what was happening there, or it could be
Yeah,
that
that's
you just wanted to
possible.
save the MP.
Lunix picks up Galamoth.
Yeah, we still don't know what the Galamoth check-in quarters is, but I believe in either the last race or the one before it that they did, it was the Yellow Book. Speaking of Yellow Book, hello. Just checking if he has no Rush Soul yet. And the Red Book too, wow. Waterfall is stacked. Guess we'll see what our required red is. Rock Armor from Imp.
Well, we have a place where we can farm imps if we need to.
Yeah, Rock Armor was the drop, I believe, from Headhunter. And Derxu already had it, so I'm pretty sure Derxu has it. Unless they found it in study, but I think they have it. I'm not sure about Lunix. Can you imagine if Blue Book is at the top of Waterfall?
Oh,
All three
man.
books.
Leaving the top left check for now, even though... well, I think you would still need one more level, so might not be able to get it yet.
Yeah, without doing a waterfall climb, he would not have been able to get up there. Alright, Lunix finding Legion now. Yep, same decision that Derxu made. Probably a smart one.
Yeah, Legion just takes a ton of time.
Yeah,
especially with what they have right now.
Yeah. Their best option is Shadow Knight, and they don't really have enough MP to go the distance with it. They really want some kind of holy weapon.
Looks like Derxu might be going back to dig out Slide anyway.
Yeah, I'm surprised at that. He has Giant Bat, which makes Slide kind of obsolete, really.
It is kind of, like, useful for combat.
Oh, it's like a dodge move? Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, especially
Giant Bat
for...
is also surprisingly useful for combat, although you don't see it as often in these Panther seeds.
Yeah. I'm thinking especially
dodging.
for Gram Phase 3 and Chaos 2.
That's a good point, yeah. It definitely does come in very handy for that fight. Is it worth... I mean, it takes a long time to get to the bottom of Forbidden.
Does make it out of this room this time, which caused him trouble last time.
Yeah, that's probably one of my least favorite rooms, that Kagnaza room. It's just very little room to move, and you get Curse, and then you can't. Yeah, it's just not a great time. Barely living, but how is he going to get past all these enemies? Oh no, sandwich between a were-jaguar and a mudman. Now Dryad and a mudman. Oh, this is pretty dicey looking.
Yeah, the problem right here is this Dryad you can't exactly jump over. We're seeing some decent stuff in the shop on Lunix's side, by the way. We got a Balmung, Kunitsuna.
Balmung will work for both Julius and Chaos.
Picking up Olrox's suit and Black Belt as armor. We've got Lightning Doll, Valkyrie. Chronomage is now in the shop as well.
Yep, and
Tsuchinoko.
it looks like Lunix bought Chronomage. Flesh Golem is nice.
Golem. Yeah, can eat rotten food, because there is some cheap rotten meat right here.
Durandal is also good for Julius, but probably not as good as Balmung.
So it looks like Derxu wanted that to be able to slide to the other door and study.
Right, but he has Giant Bat, which is what confused me. I mean, it is good to have, it's just a bit questionable whether it's worth the time to go pick it up at the bottom of Forbidden.
Oh, that's where
there's
Rock Armor was.
Oh, so Rock Armor was both there and I think from Headhunter. She is fighting again. Maybe he actually does want the shop upgrade. Interesting routing on Derxu's side. Lunix equipping the old Roxas suit, that should help a lot. Good int boost, good def boost.
Yeah, Shadow Knight being int-based.
And that's really their main attack option right now, I would say. They don't really have any excellent weapons.
Old Man giving him the friendly attack. Looks like Lunix is gonna go do the Galamoth checks.
I think this will pay off for him. It paid off last season.
I guess he may have just wanted the shop upgrade because he knows there's just that coin back there, so didn't even bother to go to pick it up.
Great Galamoth items, just a Tear of Blood and a Poison Fist. Tear of Blood is good defense, but...
On the other side of Study was top floor, and the other door out is the Clock Tower Castle Corridor door.
That is interesting. Because, yeah, that's the Clock Tower door that runners typically don't really want to check because it's kind of slow to get to it. But I suspect Lunix will because he's already checked all of Study, and I am guessing he's probably not going to venture down to the bottom unless he has to. Okay, now he's in Clock Tower. Oh, I'm just going to warp out immediately? Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess Garden has to be one of these exits out of Clock Tower.
Well, it has to be a right exit, right? And the upper right one goes to top floor, so...
oh, sorry. So what I meant to say was, it leads to the vanilla door that goes into the bottom of Clock Tower.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah, like it goes back to Castle Corridor, is what I was trying to say.
Yeah, that I could see that happening for sure. We are running out of exits, so that makes sense. Lunix has found the yellow book. Trying to figure out if he has any way to get to it, but probably realizing that he doesn't.
It's definitely got a level advantage, so he'll probably just be able to make it up to the top. Not quite.
Yeah, I don't think he had a quite full MP when he decided to start the climb. If he refills, he should be able to do it.
Trying to think where our other doors are. We've seen all the Castle Corridor doors. There are several in a reservoir that have not been seen yet.
That's true. Could be the reservoir upper left door heads to one of the garden doors. Dance hall we also haven't found at all. I'd be surprised if it's there.
Dance hall could be vanilla. We technically have that option.
That's true. That's true. Nobody ever wants to do that long climb to the top of... to where the vanilla dance hall entrance is, but... could be required to see.
There was a Warhammer at the top of this waterfall room.
Really the best weaponry that so far this seed. Oh, there's a Mistletoe. That could actually make Legion doable now.
Derxu has found book 2, which is Imp from Catoblepus, and Imp we already have. We got it very early.
Oh, nice. Catoblepus.
Yeah, Calibulk check paying off again. And there's a Daneslif. Daneslif, the second best dark weapon.
Yeah, Daneslif is pretty excellent. And they do have backdash, so they have mobility with it.
Yeah, it is one of the ones you have to backdash cancel, but at this skill level, not really too much of a problem. And Derxu getting into inner quarters from the other side now. Gonna pick up Soul Eater Ring. Lunix is gonna fight Legion.
Yeah, I think Lunix chose to fight Legion because he found that Mistletoe at the very top of the waterfall. And Mistletoe is surprisingly strong against Legion, given how fast it attacks and its holy element. Yeah, look at that, 134 damage. It's not, like, ideal, but you can make it work for sure.
Yeah, Mistletoe auto-cancels the normal weapon you fight Death with, because it's right next to him.
You know, surprised he's not taking out Shadow Knight for this fight. Now I think he's remembering. There you go. So yeah, now he's really put some good damage in.
He needs to... well, he's got one more hit.
Yeah, okay, he's probably fine now. I think he thought he could damage it fast enough that he could just tank through all the damage, but he should be fine now. Even a laser would not kill him in one hit. Yep, and there goes Legion.
No soul from Legion, but as far as we know, no big deal.
Yeah, usually not worth getting the soul from Legion. Just do the extra time it adds to the fight and after the fight ends.
Just picked up an extra black belt after buying one, and an elfin robe.
It's quite nice. That yet more damage for the Shadow Knight they have. Oh. Everybody's favorite room with all the rippers jumping around. Not gonna take the pudding.
Rejected.
Okay, what's wrong with... how can you reject pudding? Pudding's delicious. And he's low on healing.
Alright, Derxu backtracking to Galamoth now. Curly!
Random Curly! That means Yellow Book is now accessible. Wow, and he's going straight back for it, I think. Because he has the other two books. That was a perfect time for that to
yeah, that makes perfect sense.
That is... was it Derxu who's the one that found top floor, right?
They've both seen it at this point.
This could potentially be go mode for Derxu if he has the yellow soul that it needs.
I think Lunix did not go in, if I remember.
Yeah, just knowing where it is enough. Here we go. What's it going to be? Iron Golem, they both have that. Derxu got it off a random drop, and Lunix got it off of a canister. So yeah, Derxu is in go mode right now.
I think I might have wanted to check that door just because no garden. Maybe that's what he's doing.
True, true.
Oh no, he's going for this item.
I mean, I would definitely check that door too if it's you don't want to waste time checking all the other doors just to find that it's actually behind Waterfall. Waterfall is a very annoying place for Garden to be locked behind, but you want all the information you can get.
Yeah, like there's obviously another way into Garden, but maybe it's like the far left entrance of Reservoir. That wouldn't be friendly either.
Just a Warhammer. Shells, the blue book was the vanilla Calibog check in top floor, I believe.
Yep.
Right now the areas we're missing, I think the only areas are Dance Hall and Floating Garden.
Yeah, we saw a cemetery, we saw arena.
Study, chapel, castle quarter, yep. Derxu doesn't even have clock tower. Oh, he's trying to remember where top floor is. Derxu in go mode, but he can't remember how to actually get to where...
He didn't go to the warp side.
Oh. I think all the software setting that Derxu's been doing might be confusing him a bit with making it more difficult to route. But he is technically ahead right now.
Nah, he's got it.
Okay, good. Wait, but this is the... Okay, cool.
Yeah, he already broke this.
Alright. Wonder what weapon we'll see him fight Graham with. I'm guessing the battle mode? Well, it's kind of slow.
Graham has 3 phases. He is the check to get on the good ending of this game. And he's generally got a lot of defense. Osafune only dealing 9 damage.
Yeah, Osafune's got really good range, and it's good for exploring, but it's not really the best combat option. There you go, 44 damage. There's that Dane's left from earlier.
Yeah, Dainslift's got a much higher base attack power. Lunix wants this mana prism.
Yep, I think that's a good choice. Prisms are very important. Clearly only doing 40 damage a hit, ouch. MP probably would have been better used with the Shadow Knight, but still was not expecting Curly to do that little. What level are they right now? I think they're kind of... Well, they did fight Legion, so they should be fine.
Well, Lunix fought Legion. Derxu bailed out.
Yeah, Derxu's probably pretty low level right now then for this fight. That could make... We might see a death here because of that, and potentially also deaths on Julius and Chaos.
Well, 442 HP would be at least, what is that? Level 12. Yeah, level 12.
Not bad, but... Hopefully behind Graham we will see some kind of really good armor.
Alright, we're into Graham phase 2. He stops all that warping around and just sits in the middle and launches these slow fireballs. And at the end of this phase is when we need to have the 3 souls that are named in our books equipped to become Dracula. Ooh, taking 2 hits from those fireballs. Iron Golem is a little dangerous to have on here. Lunix finds Hippogriff.
Yeah, that's a very good find. If he's going to catch up, that will definitely help. Be able to get around a lot more quickly.
Yeah, for your 2 options for vertical movement, Hippogriff is much faster, doesn't take any MP. And now that...
3.
Yeah, now that that phase is done, Derxu can put on whatever souls he wants. Looks like he's, I think that's the Dainslift again.
Yep, just sticking with it because of its high base damage. It is kind of... Having to backdash to cancel it, it is not even attempting to. I think that's kind of smart, honestly, because you definitely do not want to backdash into one of the hands and... Oh, yeah, they do 190 a hit. Jeez.
Fortunately, he bought all those potato pancakes.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he heads back to restock after this fight for Julius and Chaos.
But I'd also not be surprised if he doesn't, because he's just charged through. Lunix has found an extra book 1.
Yeah, duplicate red book. I got excited for a moment. I thought it was the either the blue or the yellow book, I think is the one that he wants.
It's Blue Crow Soul and a Yasutsuna back here. And Derxu has no armor. That would explain all the damage he was taking.
What? Wait, but he bought Olrox's suit. Did he forget to equip it?
He might have resold it.
Well, oh no. Ooh, Manticore for Lunix.
Alright, Lunix has finished his bingo card.
Even better Rush Soul than Curly for sure, and probably better damage than Shadow Knight, depending on the fight you're doing.
Yeah, if and when Lunix gets on the final boss path, we'll see that Manticore's damage is really much higher than Curly.
Yep. So now Derxu is just hunting for the garden's entrance.
Lunix has equipped the rare ring. Run validated.
Excellent. It's going to drop him a random claim for sure. Okay, so yeah, Derxu is heading back to the shop, probably to buy more healing. Maybe another Olrox suit if he sold it.
Yeah, he doesn't have the rotten meat here because he didn't beat death at any point. But potato pancakes still nice.
Do you know off the top of your head how much rotten meat heals with the flesh golem equipped? It's like 400 or?
200.
200, okay. Spoiled milk does.
Spoiled milk's 800 or 1,000, something like
Oh,
that.
wow.
Yeah, it's comparable to beef curry. It just takes more setup.
Basically a full heal. at the levels that our runners would be. It's facing off with Belor.
You know, I think Derxu still has no armor.
I see not. Why did he buy an Orak suit?
Because I think that's the only way you take 65 damage from needles.
Seriously. Yeah, we already know that this is... Oh, wait. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Now
where
the
is
search
Garden
begins.
Yeah, where is it? Because we've seen the bottom of dance hall and the top.
So it can be the wraparound door that normally is like one of the first doors you see in the game out of Reservoir.
Could be.
Can also be behind the waterfall.
I'm starting to think it actually is behind Waterfall. The only other one I can think of is like the I guess the second to last one in Castle Corridor.
It can't be this, but it could be the other one out of Dance Hall. Unless we already saw it on Lunix's
I think Lunix took it, and that led to Belor somehow. I think. Room ring. It's also quite a nice find.
Well, Blur is probably the boss here.
Ah, yeah. Then maybe we haven't. Hey, Derxu's going to check right away. Not wasting any time here that he doesn't need to. Is it Gardens? It is
Garden.
And it's the good exit too. So this is perfect for Derxu.
That is armor.
I mean, sure. We'll go with an iron plate for Julius. Why not? Better than nothing. It's funny. I think I've ever seen somebody fight Graham without any armor equipped. Lunix also doing these checks.
Yeah, I saw one of the hands hit him for 190, and I was thinking, wait a minute.
I know, I thought it was a laser at first, because I'm like, that's laser damage, not hand damage. Hand damage is like 120, 130.
So Lightning Doll and Yasutsuna for Julius. Julius also got pretty good defense, so that's only dealing 18 a hit, but he can get some multi-hits off.
I wonder if we'll see him experimenting with his weapons mid-fight, if he's going to stick to the Yasutsuna.
Julius is a Belmont and does a lot of classic Vania Belmont things, except for the ability where he gives himself iframes. So he's got kicks, he's got whip attacks, he's got the slide right there, and every 4 hits he's gonna stagger a little bit, and yeah, that's pretty much phase 1.
Yep, we also got probably one of the best Belmont music themes in the series. Although really all of them have great themes generally.
Lunix is checking the waterfall, well, getting his book, more importantly.
Let me check the exit as well, see if it's the bottom gardens exit. Will.
That's dance hall door.
Oh boy. So yeah, I'm thinking it was the second to last door in Castle Corridor.
Well, the second to last door, we know goes to... Hold on. Yeah, that's the left side of the top floor.
Oh, right, my bad. Forgotten. Phase 1 Julius going a little slow, but it doesn't... Derxu's quite far ahead at this point, so he doesn't really need to be taking this fight super fast. He just needs to get through it.
Yeah, Julius does have a lot of health, but like you get to listen to Heart of Fire more, so it's not too much of a loss. Kind of forgot where was Blue Book. Blue Book was in top floor. Which looks like Lunix may be heading now.
Lunix may be able to catch up if Derxu, oh, speaking of which, takes a death to Julius. Or Chaos. Because I believe that he has, yeah, the imp they got very early on, and that's the blue soul. Just be careful with his healing, but it should be okay.
I get why he doesn't want to use the Dane's Lift because of the whole backdash canceling awkwardness. It would be dealing a little more per hit, though.
Yeah, I'd probably personally use the Balmung because it has excellent range and great damage against Julius. But it kind of makes up for the fact that you have to backdash cancel because you can just poke him at a distance.
Yeah, I always enjoy fighting Julius with the Balmung.
Yeah, I think it's one of the safest weapons to fight him with. Funnily enough, the Balmung actually has one of the fastest startups of all the weapons. I think it hits on the third frame of the attack. Basically as fast as like a combat knife, despite being a really long weapon.
The animation is interesting too, because it's like someone doesn't even have to swing it, he just kind of summons it forth from his hand.
Yeah. Taking out the final guard.
Final guard, you just kind of hit R and it blocks hits for you. Uses your MP up very fast, so you have to be careful with it. Julius in Phase 2 has gained his sub-weapons. He doesn't use the knife because I guess the developers just kind of thought it may not be the greatest thing. But he gets Holy Water, he gets Axes and the Cross. And he used Grand Cross to change phases, as you probably saw.
Yep, and now the castle's falling apart if you look at the chunks of rubble falling in the background. Was that 5 or 6 Omnias in a row from Julius? Very, very rude. Oh, he's doing it again.
The number of little teleports that Julius can do in Phase 2 is uncapped. Derxu is...
I thought that was death. It was an axe. Derxu, you have 10 health. I think he wants to say... He either doesn't have healing left or he wants to save it for Chaos, which I can understand, but...
Yeah, he just used his last potato pancake.
Lunix just finished Gram 3, so if Derxu dies here, that would be definitely an equalizer for sure. Oh man. Keep it together, Derxu. Don't make any mistakes. Must be sweating hard right now.
At this point, he might even just, like, want his healing items back.
Yeah, I mean, it does make sense what he's doing. It's just very, very scary. It's gotta be close, right? No!
Ow!
Oh, that hurts so much. And just like that, Lunix in hot pursuit. Lunix still needs to find Garden. Is he gonna go to... Is he heading back to Waterfall? He checked that already.
Yeah.
Maybe he forgot. Derxu scrounging around a bit, seeing if there's any items nearby and that he didn't check in gardens that could be useful for the Julius fight. Healing or better weapon.
Leather plate, not the armor he wants to see. Potato pancake.
Potato pancake, that's quite nice.
He can't hold it though, because he's got a full stack. And a cuddle.
Oh, not gonna do it. Maybe the bottom item will be a claim or something. Lunix really gotta find floating gardens fast. Derxu is giving him a chance here. A pendant, no. Was that +1 luck? Not exactly.
Yeah, no.
Okay, so this was the bottom entrance.
Yeah, there are a couple items this way that neither of them has seen, I believe.
Derxu's actually leaving to check more stuff. I mean, I would have checked gardens, but generally if you're at Julius and you can make it work, you probably want to just stick around for that fight and try to push through it, but I can see... Okay, yeah, okay, he's just soft resetting now, that's good.
Yeah, if he wanted to, that would take him back in the direction of a warp. Oh, Lunix is heading over here as well and is going to find
Oh,
Garden.
no.
I think he's
no.
leaving for healing, Derxu is.
What's he going to buy, though? He has max potato pancakes. Was the shop selling something else?
There's coffee and there's one more item that I can't remember.
Something, I don't know.
He does not
like
have the rotten meat in his shop.
I feel like he should... I think he's forgotten what weapons he has besides the Yasutsuna that might be useful for Julius. And now Lunix is pulled ahead. He's now starting the Julius fight while Derxu is running around the castle trying to find healing. This is also technically good. I mean, it's Velour, so it's levels, which definitely helps with your defense, but I don't know.
Alright, let's get more Julius music here.
Yes, please. Nice. Look at that. So this is the Gabolg. 72 damage a hit, and you stay outside of whip range if you space it just right. Although Lunix is taking a lot of hits. Careful with those backdash cancels.
Yeah, if you want to play it super safe, you don't even need to treat it like a cancel. You could just kind of stick the Balmung out and then backdash, and then you'll be out of range.
Oh right, Balmung. I think I said Gabolg. It is a much worse weapon.
Yeah, Gabolg is one of the stars of the very random hard mode that seriously devalues the top range weapons.
Yep. There, Velour goes down. Oh, the fire almost caught up with him. I thought the fire was supposed to disappear right after you killed the eye, but it kept going.
Yeah, it lingers for a little bit, and it might just like finish out the run it's on. But yeah, definitely could still hit you. Tasty meat, there's one item.
Already on phase 2 for Lunix. This is crazy. Look how fast this fight is going.
Yeah, when
you
you're
also have Manticore, so that helps for sure.
Yeah, it's a nice bonus. Axe is not very effective in most cases, and Julius is down.
That's it. That's insane. Look at... All of a sudden, Derxu is very behind, despite being way ahead for so long.
Yeah, with those high defense bosses, having a high strength weapon is such an advantage.
Definitely. You're gonna do the checks? Lunix not even doing the checks. He's happy with his gear, I guess. I would say Balmung is probably not the best weapon for the core, but it definitely works. You can make it work.
You can actually figure out some multi-hits for phase 1 where you have the 3 targets to work with.
Oh, Derxu didn't have backdash. That's probably why he wasn't using Balmung, because he couldn't. I completely forgot about that. That does make it much less safe. It's probably why he was using the Yasutsuna.
Yeah, that would explain it.
I remember that Lunix had picked it up, but not that Derxu had not.
Well, Derxu's picked it up about 3 times, which is why I had it on the tracker. But yeah, he had a little trouble in this area.
Right, I think he said it at least 3 times from the cemetery. And it was the man-eater room. Yeah, that would make sense. Lunix saying, I don't need any checks. I got everything I need. It's also could be the fact that it's 56 minutes in and he probably thinks that he's behind at this point.
Yeah, I think this is longer than either of the other races between them had gone on. So, playing to catch up rather than...
Derxu again in the Julius fight, this time with the Yosefune. I think it's probably a better weapon. It does basically the same damage as 2 Yasutsuna hits and has better range.
Yeah, and it does auto
You don't have to commit
cancel.
as much.
So
Yeah.
for the moment, the backdash would not be as relevant, but...
Here, Lunix already in Chaos 1.
Yeah, he switched over to the Yasutsuna.
Almost took a death there, but yeah, Yasetsuna can actually triple hit these, or all of the katanas can actually triple hit these Chaos 1 statues with the proper spacing.
Well, the katana called katana can't, as far as I know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
that's
the
not a
base
real
katanas-
katana.
Exactly. The one katana called katana is not actually a katana, but wouldn't be using that at this point anyway, hopefully. Things have gone very wrong if using a base katana against Chaos.
Chaos Phase 1 and the eyes that we'll see in Phase 2 have no defense, which makes multi-hit weapons the stars.
Yep, for sure. Doing excellent damage. Oh,
Ow!
okay, he's going to tank the hit from the explosion so that he gets more value for his healing item there. Switching to Balmung for the pokes.
Eating a small green orb does not deal damage to you right away. It's got a little bit of a wind-up before it actually deals the damage. So timing your healing becomes a factor in this fight as well.
Yeah, I'd say working around the little green orbs is probably one of the key aspects of this Chaos 2 fight. Knowing when you can get like iframes from a Rush Soul to go through them, and just trying to hit them so that they stay away from you while you're trying to hit other things. And that's 2 eyes down, and now Lunix is gonna use his remaining MP on the core with the Manticore. He has that Mana Prism he picked up earlier in Eastern Reservoir.
Derxu has switched over to the Dainslift now, which is doing 65 a pop. It's pretty nice.
And he's got the backdash to make it even safer. Get bonked around by these orbs a bit. Why is he using... Probably want to use the...
We're doing some experiments here.
Yeah. Back to the Balmung, yeah, makes sense.
Poison Fist would not be too bad of a choice here.
Yeah, Poison Fist hits fast, and it has surprisingly high base damage for a punching weapon.
Yeah, it did have 20 more strength over the Yasetsuna. Oh!
Oh, yeah,
that's a big combo.
That would, yeah, that absolutely would have killed. Oh my god, he's already back down to 229. I think Lunix might have forgotten about his Mana Prism, unless he used it when I... Yeah.
I tend to forget about MP healing as well in this fight. Just trying to keep my HP above 1.
Yeah, oh, and there it goes down. Lunix has won the 3rd round, the 3rd game of the best of 3. GG's.
Yeah, Lunix takes the match.
Crazy. What an upset at the end there. And Derxu in Phase 2 of Julius, doing way more damage than last time.
So after this, Lunix is going to be going on to face Fuse.
Yep, Fuse, the creator of the randomizer that the players are right now playing, and also the player who knocked me out of the tournament for his last match. So I'm definitely going to be catching that one. It's going to be a good match. Sure if Lunix will join us for an interview or not. I know that he's said that he kind of... They make him a bit anxious, so...
Yeah, he tends not to. He declined last time in this match. Oh, there's Durandal.
It's more than fine, yeah. Ooh, Durandal. Yeah, I am curious what these other Chaos checks are that Lunix skipped. Very nice chaos or chaotic realm movement.
Yeah, didn't get slimed. That's all I need.
That's a hard jump to make. Let's see. Yep, I love that. That's probably my favorite chaotic movement there, just the weaving, dodging those stairs as you fall down. I think that prone code hit actually saved time, because it made him sink into the water faster. What's this check? Burt Gang. A decent sword, but at this point not really a not really a factor.
I don't know, maybe he would want it. It is the defense sword of the swords.
With a full, I think, 2 defense that gives you a skeleton key. Great. Completely useless item. So not a whole lot in Chaotic Realm. Some decent options, but probably hoping for a final sword or claim.
Yeah, if you really got this far without a weapon, those would be 2 nice ones to pick up, but...
Yep. Or probably what Derxu really wants is better gear than an iron plate. That's my guess. A Dracula's tunic, a demon mail, something like that. Alright. Honestly, Derxu not too far behind despite the death to Julius and the detour to try to find more resources for the fight. Very close race between these 2 runners.
Since we didn't say the first time, Phase 1 locks your equipped red, blue, and yellow souls away, and you have to earn them back from these statues. He's got the blue statue down, which is probably the most aggressive attacker dashing at you like that. Got gold back, and once you get it back, it pretty much like re-auto-equips, so don't need to go into the menu for that.
Yeah, did you happen to catch what yellow soul he's using for this fight? Wasn't looking. But that can be nice to kill the yellow statue first if it's like... if you have a Triton equipped for plus 16 strength, because that'll immediately make you do more damage to the other remaining statues.
He had been using Skeleton Knight for the other fights, so I would think you went back to that.
Yeah, I think that's the plus 4 strength boost.
Oh no, he had Skula on still.
Oh, yeah, Skula. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, you do.
Well, flying armor...
there it goes.
I guess it could help you with this, yeah. Only 1 potato pancake.
No. It's definitely going to be a tough fight.
Alright, well the eyes got out of the way. Or the green orbs.
Yeah, it seems like they just kind of vanished on their own. Not sure if their timer's random or what. They always feel like they stick around forever. Oof. Oh, that's not good. That's
yeah, it's
really
not death, but he can't...
Oh, final guard. Nice.
Check.
Excellent final guard timing. That was really clutch. Great decision making there. Oh.
Yeah, the one
is unlucky snake.
No healing in the menu. But the one advantage of that delayed damage is you can...
Oh. Yeah, that's just an unlucky... 2 unlucky snakes in a row there.
Yeah.
Coming up from the bottom when you don't really have time to react.
Bone Snake does what he wants.
Very, very rude. It's a tough fight. No healing. No, like healing souls like Succubus or anything that could let you regain your own health.
Yeah, I feel like I haven't seen Succubus for a while, but that would really help getting 5 HP back per hit.
Yeah, especially with all these double hits that he's doing on Chaos 1 and the Eyes.
Yeah, each one of the hits here would be +5, +5.
Last, sometimes you just, I don't know, when you're practicing Randomizer for these races, there's just so many different combinations and permutations of stuff you might have that you need to practice for fights like this, because sometimes you just don't have anything, and you have to make it work. Plus, on top of Chaos just being a boss that is very, very random. Definitely a challenge. Equipping Final Guard right now, yeah, I think that's probably a good choice.
Immediately takes a hit to the face.
It's the rudest snake, I swear. Oh. Yep, definitely time to use that potato pancake. Now he has no healing left. Oh, no! Oh, couldn't get to the ground in time to activate the final guard and negate all the damage.
I suppose he must have...
And
Oh no, he reset out of the tasty meat, I guess. So.
Oh yeah, when he was looking for extra stuff.
Good spacing there.
Yeah, this is so terrifying. Oh, another snake. Feels like the majority of hits he's taking during this fight are just from unlucky snake patterns. Whoa! That was an insane dodge.
Wow!
How did he do that? My god. Master gaming right here.
Yeah, at this point, like...
Oh, no!
Oh, no.
Yeah, that was definitely an anti-air from the snake. It was coming down. You couldn't do anything about it.
I think the only thing he would have been able to survive there was if he, like, took a hit from the eye again.
Oh yeah, to just, like, purposely give himself iframes. It's definitely not a position you want to be in where you have to hurt yourself to take less damage.
Yeah, you don't want to do the Arc Demon Classic unless...
Okay, so if I were Derxu in this situation, I would probably prioritize not getting drained. Oh, just like that. It's because all that MP gone. He really needs the MP for using Final Guard in Phase 2. So yeah, now that he has no MP, he doesn't have access to as many Final Guards that he really needs to avoid damage in Phase 2, given his lack of healing.
And no MP regen boost in sight either.
Yeah, somebody picked up a rune ring at some point. I think Lunix, but I'm not sure that Derxu has it. I'm not sure what accessory Derxu has equipped right now. It might just be the Soul Eater ring.
Well, it's important. Someday Chaos may drop a soul.
You know, you never know. There could be a bug in the game that allows him to draw a soul, or Fuse could patch it in. It's that first eye going down very quickly. Being very careful to avoid the orbs here. Another snake from beneath. So rude. Well, the orbs cleared out just in time as the big orb was coming out. Gave him some space to dodge it.
He's doing pretty well with the safe spots with the spikes when those come out. I think... Oh, nah, slid into that one. Alright, left side eye's down.
I hope he's going for 3-eye or 4-eye here. I think 3-eye would probably be the play, but just because the longer you spend in this fight, the more at risk you are.
Can't use Dainsliff. Now, Durandal has a few issues with controlling the small orbs, but it's dealing 12, it's not too bad.
12 is something, it's just... The core has so much health. Oh yeah, bringing the Shadow Knight out is good for damage. Probably even better damage than the Lightning Doll. At least better MP economy.
Yeah. Whoa!
Ooh, very smart dive kick off the core there to dodge that.
Yeah, having all your mobility in this fight is just so nice. You didn't end up picking up Hippogriff, but it may have been able to save them from a couple of these pincer attacks from the orbs.
Yeah, I think Hippogriff was somewhere at the bottom of Clock Tower, so he never had a reason to go there, but it could definitely be nice for quickly dodging some of these surprise attacks.
Much better start so far. Only had to use the potato pancake just now.
Yep. There's still a soldier equipped.
Trying some things out. I think it's gotta be Durandal or Mistletoe. Not Mistletoe.
I'm surprised Mistletoe doesn't do more damage. It's Holy Element. I guess it's base excuse me, its base damage is just so low.
Big green orb. Oh boy.
That was just, I don't really know what you could have done about that. Maybe quit Panther and run to the left.
Well, he got about as lucky as he could have there and took a hit from the spike instead, which is saving him some health.
It's true. Oh, another terrible pattern. Oh my.
Got one hit to work with.
That's it. Any hit will kill him now. And another snake from the bottom, the classic. You hate to see it. Oh man. You know, looks like he's gonna forfeit. Yeah. I can't blame him. That was a very, very tough situation to be in, trying to fight chaos with those conditions.
Yeah, it was definitely a great last attempt for what he had.
I agree. Yeah, just brutal. He will join us for an interview. Hey,
And
Derxu.
Yo.
You sound great.
Yeah.
How are you feeling after that chaos fight?
Pretty worn out. This was rough. No weapons, no something, no, not really anything I can deal with properly. No, just no damage at all. It's awful.
Yeah, it was not a whole lot of stuff lying around, especially when you checked your loadout after fighting Graham, and we saw that you had no armor. That was
Yeah.
something.
I thought you had bought Olrox's suit from the shop at one point. Did you?
No, I did not buy
You didn't?
that.
Okay. Jeez. No armor at all.
At least cheap healing, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Potato pancakes for what? 5,000?
Yeah, and on Lunix's side, we saw in the death shop as well that there was both flesh golem and some really cheap rotten meat. Which,
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
that might have helped, but death was kind of deep, if I remember. So,
mm-hmm. Any good weapons on Lunix's side?
Also from the shop, he got Balmung.
Oh, well, that's something, at least.
yeah, you had the same Yasutsuna as you did otherwise.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Kind of a rough seed for weaponry for sure.
Oh, that first Julius fight there, it took ages.
Yeah, that was.
I don't know. And dying in pretty far in phase 2 is rough.
It was a heartbreaker for sure. Yeah, you were actually quite ahead going into that fight, but just the lack of gear really made it take so long, and then the death, that unfortunate death at the end.
Yeah, I assumed I must have been ahead at this point, because after I died and was roaming through the castle to find literally anything. And yeah, well, I was always thinking, why is Lunix not done? Why is he not done yet?
Yeah, you did get the books a lot faster.
Mhm.
You got a random rush soul drop.
Yeah, I got Curly from Curly.
Yeah, so he got Manticore, which was in the dance hall ceiling, the breakable ceiling. But that took him a little while, so he didn't end up getting that book for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think we saw a copy of the yellow book either.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the only yellow book behind Waterfall. Yeah, Waterfall was surprisingly stacked with 2 books.
Yeah. Yeah, the other one, where was Blue Book again?
It was top floor.
Oh, top floor, right.
Yeah, that also took Lunix a little time to go check.
Mm. Also, just remembered I basically did study twice, because, well, I was considering safe splitting out of there, which I did in the end. I saw that rock armor the moment I saw that rock armor. I knew it's gonna be the red soul.
Yeah, you actually both had to go back in because neither of you could slide to the other door at the time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, okay, then it was not too much of a time loss.
But yeah,
Kind of an
thanks for
awkward
the
seat all
awesome
around.
match.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, I hope you had fun watching. It was a fun tournament so far. Yeah.
For sure. Do you think that you'll be considering the September tournament as well for Aria?
Oh, maybe. We'll see.
Yeah, it's if you do.
I mean, it's a fun game, and yeah, it's always fun to play some Aria for sure.
Yeah. Folks, keep an eye out for Aria and SpeedGaming Live 2022.
That I don't have any more questions. How about you, Smile?
I think I'm good. So with that, Lunix is going to be heading on to face Fuse in the next round, and I think we have some matches coming up tomorrow as well.
Yes, Garni versus Simo. That should be another great match to watch. Really getting down to just the really great competitors at this point. We have not very many matches to go here.
I mean, not to say Derxu isn't a great competitor. This is probably one of the most exciting matches so far.
Yeah, it was definitely an awesome match for sure. All three of the games, really. The first two games are also really close. Yeah.
Yeah, well, in that case, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great night.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good rest of the weekend.